Good morning friends. Topic for today's class is time and work. This topic is very important topic in arithmetics. In today's session we will try to understand what this concept talks about as well as different type of problems. Before starting with the class, I am going to start with a question. For example, it is given that there are three persons, one is A, one is B and one is C. It is given that A can do a work in 10 days, B can do the same work in 15 days and C can complete the same work in 20 days working alone. Means if A works, he individual can do the work in 10 days. If B works, he can do the same work in 15 days. And if C works, he can do the same work in 20 days. Question is, if they work together, in how many days they can complete the work? If they work together, in how many days they can complete the work? They can complete the work. For answering these type of questions, we have two approaches. The one approach that we have somewhere sold in the schooling, and the second one I will tell you. The first approach talks about in which we assume our total work equal to 1. We have assumed that our total work equal to 1. It means A can do one work in 10 days. In one day, he will do 1 by 10 of the work, that is of A. Similarly for B, B can do 1 by 15th part of the work and C can do 1 by 20th part of the work. Suppose there are three persons A, B, C. In one day, A can do 1 by 10th of the work, B can do 1 by 15th and C can do 1 by 20th. Now, if they work together, so we can say in one day, they do 1 by 10 plus 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 20, LCM equal to 60. 6 plus 4 plus 3, or we can say 13 by 60 of the work in one day. And they have to do one work. It means for doing one work they will take 60 upon 13 days. Just understand it again what I stated you. There are three persons A, B, C. A can do a work in 10 days. It means in one day he can do 1 by 10th of the work. Similarly B, he can do 1 by 15th of the work, and C, he can do 1 by 20th of the work. Now, if they work together, in one day, they together can do 13 by 60 part of the work, and if they have to do one complete work, total time taken by the persons will be 60 upon 13 days. That is our first approach. And the second approach is, now, instead of assuming my total work to be 1, I can assume the total work to be LCM of their time taken, that is equal to 60. We can say that LCM of 10, 15 and 20 is equal to 60. So we can assume that total work that the persons have to do, that is equal to 60. Right? Now the number that taken by you, it can be either LCM or any multiple of all the three numbers. Now if A can do 60 work in 10 days, so A is one day work. A is one day work equal to 6. B is one day work equal to 4. And C is one day work equal to 3. Means A can do 60 work in 10 days. In one day how much he will work? 6. B can do 60 work in 15 days. How much work he will do in one day? 4. C, 20 days, 60 work. It means in one day he will do 3 work. Now, if I make an addition, so A plus B plus C in one day together they can do 13 works and together they have to do 60. It means how much time they will take? 60 upon 13 days, it becomes your answer. Just pay attention here again. What we have done, in the second case, we have assumed the total work to be LCM of 10, 15 and 20, that is equal to 60. A in 10 days days he can do 60 work, it means in one day he can do 6 work. B can do 4 and C can do 3. Together they can do 13 work in one day. It means if they have to do 60 work, they will take 60 upon 13 days. Means whatever question you have, the same question can be answered either by this approach or by this approach. Both approaches are based on the similar lines, but this approach seems to be less calculative. Why? Because here whatever values we take, that will always be integers, because we have taken the total work to be LCM of this. Now we will solve number of questions, and in each and every question we try to go with this approach as well as from that approach, so that you have a clear understanding how we can proceed. Now I am going to start with the type number 1, which is based on this basic question. It is given that there are 3 persons A, B, C. A can do the work in 10 days, B can do the work in 15 days, and C can do the same work in 20 days. Further, it states that they started working together. They started working together. A left after 2 days of starting of work. A left after 2 days of starting of work. B left 1 day before completion of work. B left 1 day before completion of work. The question is, find the total time in which work is being done. The first question is, find the total time in which work is done. Just try to understand the game. There are 3 persons. A can do a work in 10 days, B can do the same work in 15 days, and C can do the same work in 20 days. Together they started the work. A left after 2 days of starting of work, B left after 1 day before completion of work, and total time in which work is being done, that we have to answer, right? Now for this type of question, if we assume that, let us assume that total time in which work is being done is equal to X days. The question is, the total time in which work is to be done is equal to X days. A is 1 day work 1 by 10, B is 1 day work 1 by 15, and C is 1 day work 1 by 20. Now we just go with step by step. A left after 2 days of starting of work. It means for how many days A worked? 2 days. B left 1 day before completion of work. Means the work has to be done in X days, and B left 1 day before. It means he has worked for X minus 1 days. That means what is the contribution of B in the total work? X minus 1 upon 15. And the C worked for whole, starting to end. And the work is done in X days. It means C has worked for X days, and work contributed by C, X upon 20, and total work is equal to 1. Right? Just take LCM. LCM is 60. It will give you 12 plus 4x minus 4 plus 3x equal to 1. 4x plus 3x, 7x equal to 60 minus 8, or I can say 52, and x is equal to 52 upon 7 days. It becomes your answer. Pay attention here again. What we can do, we can assume the total work to be x, and we can assume the total time in which work has to be done, that is equal to x days. A in 1 day, how much work is done? 1 by 10, B 1 by 15, and C 1 by 20. Then A worked for 2 days, 2 by 10. B left 1 day before completion of work, it means x minus 1 upon 15. And C worked for 20 days, it means he worked from starting to end x by 20, and total work is equal to 1. Just simplify this equation and your answer is there. Same question can be done by assuming total work to be 60. Suppose I assume that total work is equal to 60 LCM, and time in which work is being done, that is equal to x days. Now based on that, A worked for 2 days. If total work is 60, so 1 day work for A is equal to 6, and he worked for 2 days. It means how much work he has done? 6 into 2. Similarly for B left 1 day before completion of work. It means he worked for x minus 1 days, and 1 day work of B is 4. Multiplied by 4. Similarly for C worked for x days and he worked for 20 days. 1 day work of C is equal to 3 and total work is equal to 60. What we have done? We individually taken the work of A, B and C. Now 12 plus 4x minus 4 plus 3x equal to 60. 7x equal to 52. X equal to 52 upon 7 days. Your answer will be the same. There will not be any change in the answer, only there is a change of approach. Either you can take total work to be 1, you have to apply this, or you can take total work to be 60. In that case, you have to apply this and your answer is there. Right? I hope this point is clear to you. Now we will try to solve some questions which are based on this concept, so that the point would be more clear to you. Question number 2. This information is same. 3 persons are there, ABC. A can do the work in 10 days, B can do the same work in 15 days, and C can do the same work in 20 days. They started working together. A left 2 days after completion of work. After starting of work, he left after 2 days. B left after 1 day living off A. B left after 1 day living off A. We have to answer 2 questions are being asked here. The first one is, what is the total time in which work is being done? Second one is, how much time will be taken by C? How much time will be taken by C to do remaining work? 2 questions are being asked. The first one is, what is the total time taken by them to do the work? And the second one is, how much time will be taken by C to do the remaining work? So first of all, we will answer this question. You can go with any of the approach. Either you can say total work to be 1. A is 1 day work, 1 by 10. B is 1 day work, 1 by 15. C is 1 day work, 1 by 20. A left after 2 days of starting of work. It means he had worked for 2 days. The work done by A would be 2 upon 10. B left after 1 day of living off A. It means when A has worked for 2 days, B has worked 1 day more. It means total time taken by B is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So we can say in the total work, contribution by B is 3 days work. And then C, he worked for starting to end and total work is equal to 1. I can take my LCM to be 60, 10, 6, 12 plus 15, 4, 12 plus 23x equal to 60. 3x equal to 60 minus 24, that is equal to 36. X equal to 12. So our question answer is, total time taken by them to do the work is equal to 12 days. That's our answer. Or you can answer this question either by taking the total work to be 60. Till that approach also, nothing will change. A's 1 day work is 6. He worked for 2 days. That will be 2 into 6. B's 1 day work is 4, because you are taking total work to be 60 as we have taken in the earlier question. He had worked for 3 days. That would be 4 into 3. And C, he is working from starting to end, and 1 day work for C is 3. So we will take it as 3x equal to 60. 12 plus 12 plus 3x equal to 60, or 3x equal to 36, x equal to 12. So we can say time taken by them to do the work is 12 days. So that is the answer to your question number 1. I hope now this approach would be very clear to you. Now we take the second question. How much time will be taken by C to do the remaining work after leaving off A? When we take this, total time taken by them is 12 days. After how many days both A and B left? 3 days. It means for the remaining 9 days, B has only worked, for the remaining 9 days, C has only worked. Means after 2 days A left and after 1 more day B left. For first 3 days A, B, C are working and after that only C was working. So my second question is, how much time will be taken by C to do the remaining work? So I can say answer will be equal to 9 days. These 9 days are those 9 days in which C was working alone. I hope the point is clear to you. So that is also a way to understand the approach. Go with either this approach or this approach. In both statements you will find the same answer. After this, just pay attention on this statement. There are 3 persons A, B, C. It is given that A can do the work in 10 days, B can do the work in 15 days and C can do the work in 20 days. What the question says, A started working alone. A started working alone. B joined A after 2 days. C joined them after 1 day of B. The question is, what is the total time taken by them to do the work? Question is, find the total time taken by them to do the work. Just pay attention again. There are 3 persons A, B, C. A can do the work in 10 days, B can do the work in 15 days and C can do the same work in 20 days. A started alone, B joined after 2 days, C joined after 1 day of B joining, and we have to find out what is the total time in which work has been done. Now when we start this question, we can go with any of the approach. Suppose I take my total work to be the LCM of time taken 60. A's 1 day work is 6, B's 1 day work is 4 and C's 1 day work is 3. That thing I can take in my mind because I have to just take my LCM. So I can say 6, 4 and 3. Now I have to find the total time. I can assume that in X days the total work will be done. I can assume that in X days total work will be done. Now just take the contribution of each and every person. A started working alone. It means he was starting from starting to end. He was working from starting to end. It means A has worked for X days and his 1 day work is 6. It means we can say total work done by A is equal to 6x. B joined A after 2 days. He joined after 2 days. It means B worked for X minus 2 days and his 1 day work is 4. C joined after 1 day of B. It means he joined after 3 days. For how many days he worked? X minus 3 and 1 day work of C is equal to 3 and total work is equal to 60. Just pay attention to this equation, that's very important for you. By looking at this part, what I can assume that, I have just assumed that A can, all of 3 together can do the work in X days. A's 1 day work is 6, he worked from starting to end. It means his work contribution was 6x. B joined after 2 days. It means he has worked for X minus 2 days, so I can say X minus 2 into 4. And C joined after 3 days. It means it is X minus 3 into 3 and total work is equal to 60. Just find X. 6x plus 4x minus 8. 3x minus 9 equal to 60. 10x root 3, 13x minus 17 equal to 60. 13x equal to 60 plus 17, that is 77. X equal to 77 by 13 days, that becomes your answer. So with this concept, we just understood what is the basic logic behind answering these questions. The concept is very simple, only we have to check out who joined and what time he joined. So these questions are taken as our type number 1 questions, in which we just understood if someone joined in between, so how to deal with this type of statement. Now after this, we will try to solve our type 2 questions. Our type 2 questions somewhere deals with our basic concept of unitary method. Basic concept of unitary method that we used to solve in our school time. Pay attention here, the questions are very interesting and a very small shortcut formula for solving these type of questions. Once point is clear at number of places, it will help you in answering the statements. I am going to start with a question. First we apply the concept of ratio proportion, direct proportion and inverse proportion. Then we will start with a formula by which we will answer these questions very easily. It is given that 20 men can make 200 chairs working 8 hours per day in 25 days. What the information is? 20 men can make 200 chairs working 8 hours per day in 25 days. And the question is, 40 men will take how many days in making 1000 chairs working 10 hours per day. Working 10 hours per day. That's your question. Just pay attention here. It is given that 2 equations are given. In the first equation, all things are given to you. In the second, one thing is missing and we have to answer it. One thing is missing, that is in how many days. The question is we have to answer this in how many days. Now what this unitary method says, we have to find the days. I can say 20 men, 200 chairs, 8 hours per day, and the total days is equal to 25. First, we try to make everything to be 1. Means if my men are equal to 1. Just pay attention here. If my men are equal to 1, then number of men have been decreased from 20 to 1. What will be its effect on the total days? My days will increase, because when men are less, that automatically means days will increase. Why? Because when you have a less person to work, that simply means you need more days for work. It means, what does it affect? I can say, if one man is there, the time taken by them is equal to 25 into 20. Now I will take the second thing. If they have to make 1 chair, for example, here they are making 200 chairs, now they are making 1 chair. If they have to make 1 chair, it means they have to work less. If the work is less, it means time taken would be less, so I have to divide by 200. What is the effect of this? If the work is less, it means my time taken would be less, because they are directly proportional. Then if they are working 1 hour per day, it means now they will take more days to do the work, right? So I have to multiply this by 8. So this is a structure which states me, if one man is there, he has to make 1 chair and he is working 1 hour per day, So what will be the time taken by them to do the work is 25 into 20 by 200 into 8. Now I will come to my question. If 40 men are there, what the question is, if 40 men are there, means now my man has become 1 to 40, means my capacity has been increased. That will affect my time taken. My time taken will be decreased. It means what I will do now, I will divide this structure by 40. Then if they have to make how many chairs? 1000. Their work has been increased. It means their time taken will automatically increase. So I will multiply by 1000. Now if they have to work for 10 hours per day, means their per day working hour have increased. That simply means they will take less time, divide by 10. And after solving this, I will get my answer. Just solve this and then I will state you one more method by which we can do it very easily. We just solve this question. 200 will go on 5, 5 will go on 8, this would be cancelled out, this would be cancelled out, 50 into 2, 25 into 2, answer is equal to 50 days. We can say if this condition is given, so they will take 50 days to do the work. Just understand it again. We just find out if their men are decreased, means work will be, total time will be increased. If work is decreased, time will be decreased. Okay? So that's, we have to divide or multiply as per to the condition, and finally we can say they will take 50 days to do the work. So this method is basically known as unitary method. Now we know that answer to this question is equal to 50 days. Now I am going to tell you one more shortcut method for this. That's very simple. What we have to understand, whenever you have any question based on this type, you just take this men into days, into hours, into efficiency, whatever parameters are there, just put here, divided by total work. It's same as to men into days, into hours, into efficiency, divided by total work. The first is for my first equation in which all things are given me clearly, and the second is for my second equation in which one term is missing and I have to find the value of the missing term. So what I will do now, in the first equation 20 men are there, 25 days they will take, per day they will work 8 hours, and their efficiency is not given, so I will take it that value. If efficiency is given, we will multiply. My total work is 200. In the second equation, 40 men are there. They have to make 1000 chairs, divide by 1000. They are working 10 hours per day into 10, and days I have to find, I will assume it to be x. I have to find the value for x. I will put here x. This will be 20 into 25 into 8 into 1000. Divide by 200 into 40 into 10. Just solve this and you will find your answer is equal to 50 days. I hope this concept is clear to you. So now just remember this formula. Whenever you have any question based on this, so you will just use this basic formula and you are in a position to get your answer. It means, what does it say? Sometimes you find that total work is same. In that case, multiplication of these is equal to multiplication of this. Whatever the missing value you have, put that to be x and just solve your equation and your answer will be there. Now, for better understanding of this, we can take some problems one by one so that you know how to apply this concept. So I will just write the formula again. Formula would be men into days, into hours, into efficiency, divided by total work is same as to men into days, into hours, into efficiency, divided by total work. Suppose it is given that 30 men can do a work in 25 days working at 80% efficiency. What the question talks about? It is given that 30 men can do a work in 25 days working at 80% of efficiency. I have to answer 50 men will take how many days if they are working at 100% efficiency. The question is 50 men will take how many days if they work at 100% efficiency? When we look at this question, so it is clear that the work done by them is same. Whatever the work is being done in the first condition, same is done in the second condition. It means when the work done is same, so we can say whatever the parameters are given, just multiply those. 30 men, 25 days, efficiency is 80%. Same as to 50 men, 100% efficiency into x. And I have to find the value of x. What is x is 30 into 25 into 80 upon 50 into 100. I will just solve it. 25 will go on 2, 2 will go on 15, 0 cancel out, 5, 3, 5, 2, 2, 4, answer is equal to 12 days. So our answer is said to be 12 days. That becomes my answer. Right? When we understand this, we have to just apply this approach. If there is some total work involved, so we divide this total work by this side and by this side, and we are in a position to get our answers. Same technique can be used when we have some direct questions based on concept of efficiency. Suppose if I state a man takes 25 days when he works at 80% efficiency. A man takes to do a work 25 days when he works at 80% efficiency. How much time will be taken by man? How much time will be taken by him? Will be taken by him if he works at 100% efficiency. The question is, how much time would be taken by the man if he works at 100% efficiency? If I have to answer this question, so what I will do, 25 days, 80% efficiency, 25 into 80 days I have to find out x into 100, just solve it. So this would be 2000 divided by 100 equal to x. X is equal to 20 days. So we can say they will take 20 days to do the work. Means there is no need to think any parameter. You just need to think if work involved is there, use this whole concept. If no work involved is there, in that product of all the parameters would be same as to product of all the parameters in the second equation. Whatever the missing value you have, take the missing value to be x and find the value of x, your answer is there. One more question. Sometime in place of work, the work is given in digging or making of a wall. Making of a wall. Suppose 20 men will take 20 days in making a wall of dimension 10 cross 2 cross 2 feet. 30 men will take how many days in making a wall of dimension 15 cross 3 cross 2? I have to find my answer. Very simple. Man days work. So I can say 20 into 20 by work. 10 into 2 into 2. 30 men days are x. My work is 15 into 3 into 2. And in this question I have to find the value of x. So what x is? We can say x equals to 20 into 20, 15 into 3 into 2, into 2 into 30. Just follow this structure and find the value of x. What I can say, zeros will be cancelled out from here, and then 2 will be cancelled out, 3 will go on 5, 15 twice 30. So I can say my total work time taken by me is equal to 30 days. So that's about our second type of question, which are based on the concept of unitary method.